Okay team, welcome to Forza Fitness Core Blast number 4. As you can see, I've got my girl Lorraine, and as you can see, we've got some equipment because round 4 is an equipment-based core blast. So if you don't have equipment, turn this one off, go and do one of the other ones. This is for you guys that have a dumbbell or a kettlebell and you want to use it. We are going to do our usual 2.5 minute warm-up, and then we're going to get into the work. It's going to be 5 rounds, 5 different moves, repeated 3 times. We're going to get down on the ground. We are going to start our warm-up. You're going to get into a crunch position and just a gentle 30-second crunch. So Lorraine's going for that feet up option, which is slightly harder. And you can see I've got my feet down on the ground, which is that slightly easier option. As this is the warm-up, you can take either option, team. Just make sure that you're focused on rolling up and rolling down. You're using your abs, not using your back. And then we're going to take it into a glute bridge. So hands down by the side, make sure you get that little pelvic tilt, roll the hips in, and then just gently lift and gently lower. And again, you want to be rolling up and rolling down. When you come down to the ground, you want to make sure that your butt is the last thing to touch the ground. Good work, just 5 seconds here, and then we're going to go into a dorsal raise. So turn yourselves over, glue those feet to the floor, and gently lift and lower. Remember, if you need that slightly easier option, you're going to put your hands into the lower back. Slightly harder is hands by the side of the head. Hands out in front is the ultimate hard one. And again, it is only your warm-up, team. Good work. So you've got 5 seconds here. And roll yourselves over for a leg hold. So all you're going to do, you're going to start flat on the floor. Lorraine's doing it perfectly. You're going to lift your leg and just hold it and kind of pull yourself together. Hold for a few seconds and come down. And last movement is our plank to down dog. So turn yourselves over into that plank position, rocking up into that down dog, trying to get the heels down on the ground if you can, and then back through to that plank. If you need to modify, you just put your knees down as you come back through to that plank. Try not to let the hips drop as you come back down to that plank. So think about that strong plank position and rest there. Right, turn to the side just a little bit for me, that way. No, that way. Okay, oh, Turkish curl up then, team. So we're going to start here with our shoulders off out the floor. We're going to push that kettlebell out to the front, drive up, lift it up nice and straight, get that head through at the top if you can, and then bring it down as you come through. So I'm going to ask Lorraine just to push that head through a little bit more at the top, all the way through, so that kettlebell is over your head. Curl down nice and slowly, drive up. Really roll that spine down to really work the abs. And again, this is a 30 or 40 on. So if you only want to do 30 seconds, you can rest. If you want to go 40 seconds, keep working. We've got a couple more reps. And rest there. Good work, guys. Right, wood chops. So, you're going to put your knee up. Remember, guys, you go over the knee that is coming up. So you're going to take that kettlebell. We're going to switch halfway through. So if you're doing 30 seconds, you're going to switch at 15. If you're going 40, you're going to switch with us when it's 20. So we start down underneath and rotate up. Trying to keep the heel down. Trying to keep the knee facing forward. Trying to keep the arms straight if you can. So we drive through. Good job, guys. Really switch. And then straight back up. Arms straight. So you'll see some people cheat their wood chop because they do this with bent legs or bent arms. Arms straight. All the way up. All the way down. And rest. toes to object. I'm going to ask Lorraine to take center stage for this one so that you can really see what's going on. So she's going to lay down for me. She's going to place that kettlebell. Go side on for me, babe. That's it. So we're going to put the kettlebell behind her head. She's going to grip it with her hands. Okay, toes to object. Lift your knees, roll your knees in. Tap the kettlebell. Heels in, out, don't touch the ground. So heels in, roll over, extend and touch the kettlebell. Heels back to the butt, extend out. Try it again. We're not using momentum. We're not using gravity. We are fighting gravity and we are using our abs to control this movement. Obviously, if you've only got a dumbbell, you do exactly the same thing. Just hold a dumbbell. All good, team. If you're only doing 30 seconds, you're done. Lorraine's going for the full 40 from end to end and rest there. Perfect. Right. Plank drag. So you are going to put your kettlebell to one side. We are going to plank over the top of it. And then you are going to reach underneath and drag it across. So Lorraine and I are going to put up here. We're going to plank in front, in that strong plank, and let's go. So you grab under, pull across, under, pull across. So you want to be reaching across your body and extending out. If you don't have great grip, like mine's falling over, you can just drag it. Because it's a drag, if you'd rather just kind of drag it by the handle, or you're just, you don't have to be this controlled that it stands on end. That's absolutely fine. What you're trying to do is minimize the rock in the hips and control. So if you're only doing 30 seconds per round, rest now. I say only 30 seconds, like it's, like it's no big deal. Just do 30 seconds. Good work, guys. You've got just a little bit more and rest. Last move in the round. Remember, we're going to do 3 rounds. So this is the last move in the round. Toes over object. We've done toes to the object. Now we're going to do toes over the object. So you want to set up so that the heels are in line with your object, fingers are facing the feet, and all we're going to do is take our toes up and over. So modification, take it from the floor, lift up and over, up and over, up and over. So if you've done round 1 of the core blast, you'll remember that we did that seated leg lift. This is just pushing that move on, giving you a little bit of a target, making you work just a little bit harder, guys. Great work. That's 30 seconds if you want to rest there. If you're going to give me the extra 10 seconds, which Lorraine is obviously going to do. 3, 2, 1, rest. That's 1 round, guys. The 15-minute workout. So we've got that Turkish curl up. So again, we're just going to kind of go that way on the side. So when you start here, you want it out in front, again, out in front of your face, quite low if you can. And then as you drive up, head through. Put those legs out straight for me, Lorraine. There we go. Touch up. And slowly down under control. Try and keep the shoulders up off the floor. So you don't want to come all the way down here because we want to keep the engagement through the abs. So you want to come to here, drive up, come down. And if the weight you've got is really a bit heavy and you're like, I can do 3 or 4 reps with my weight, but then I'm done, you can put the weight down and still practice the control and the movement. Good work, guys. 5 seconds, sorry, 30 seconds, guys. I forgot about you, but I bet you were watching the clock. I bet you stopped. And rest. Good work. We go to that wood chop to work those obliques. Remember, the obliques are your side muscles. So knee up, we go up and over the knee with straight arms. Whew. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Remember, we're going to switch halfway. Ooh. You need to get that core control, otherwise that kettlebell will just take you over. Almost imagine, I know you probably maybe know what like a hammer swing or a discus, when it's that really big movement, that's kind of what you want to get to. Right, switch sides. So think that big swing, but controlled. And rest. Okay, toes to objects. Again, I'm just going to let Lorraine have the whole space. So you're going to start with your feet just up off the floor, roll back, tap those feet to those kettlebells. Let's go. I know Lorraine was really keen, right? It's just a demo rep, guys, just so you can really see what's going on. So one of the key factors is when you're doing this roll in here, heels to the butt, you want to keep your heels as close to your butt as you can. So when you extend your legs, when you pull them in, heels stay close to that butt. It makes the abs work even harder. Because when we take the heels away, we're extending the lever, we're making it that little bit easier. So challenge yourself by trying to keep your heels as close as you can. That's 30 seconds. Time for one more. And rest. Great work. 2 to go on round 2. Then, guys, we go back to our plank jag. So remember, you just want to set the kettlebell just behind your hands, because you don't want to be having to reach. So you want to be able to just reach under and pull it across, and then just reach and pull across. Let's go, team. So what if you find that your heels, not your heels, your hips are really, really wobbly? Just take your feet wide. So Lorraine's got her feet about hip distance. If you find you're moving a little bit more, just take your feet wider. The wider your feet, the wider the base of support, and the better it will be. If you need to drop to your knees, just drop to your knees, so you can still do this plank drag, maintaining plank form, but with your knees on the ground. Good work, team. There's your 30 seconds. Got just a little bit more to do. And wrap it there. That toes over object. So remember, we've got those 2 differentials. We've got toes to object, toes over object. So set it down. You want at least your heels in line. Some people like to go a little bit higher, so they'll put like their shins in line, fingers face the feet, and up and over. So obviously, the closer you have this object up your leg, the harder you've got to work, because that range of motion becomes a little bit smaller. So if you've got this and you feel like, sure, I've got this, just pull that kettlebell towards you a little bit more. Maybe put it mid-shin and just see if it's as easy when you've got it at mid-shin. Try and minimize how far, like, the body movement is. So obviously the stronger you get, the more you're gonna be able to stay here. See, this one's even getting to Lorraine, so she's needed to take a little rest. And that's absolutely fine, guys. Your 30-second crew, you were done. And good news, Lorraine, you're done. Apart from that final round, right, one more round then, guys, 5 minutes. Right, Turkish curl up. Kettlebell out in front of your face, so not too high, down in front of your face. 3, 2, 1, lift, down, slow, under control, bring it down as low as you can. So, above your head, in front of your eyes. Rolling that spine down. Good work, guys. That's it. So, when you get into the top, you want to get as straight as you can. So there you go, see, because she knew I was watching, she gave me that a little bit more. 30-second crew, you are done. And when Lorraine gets to the bottom, 3, 2, 1, done. Great work. Right, wood chop. So try and get that knee nice and straight, make it good. Start on the bottom, up over the knee, remember, guys. Think the hammer, think the discus, go. Straight arms. So I get people that always say, oh, wood chops are really easy. If you think they're really easy, chances are there is something in your technique where you're using momentum, using gravity, and you're not actually using your core to fight or control the movement. Try and keep those arms straight, even when we get to the bottom. Swap sides, guys, 20 seconds on each side. Good, so up and over, all the way down, all the way up. Good work, you got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. toes to object. So again, just because you can't really see it, if we both do it, so the ring gets all the floor. So this is definitely one of those moves that the slower you do it, the harder it gets. So if you feel like you've done quite well for the last 2 rounds, I want you to really slow it down. So let's lift those toes slowly in, and good. Try not to let your feet touch the floor here, but if you do 1 rep and then your feet drop because you're like, I can do this, but I can do it really well in singles, and just do it really well in singles, guys. You don't need to thread loads of regs together, because remember, we want quality, not quantity. Well done. So my 30-second crew, that's you done. The rest of you have got 10 seconds more to go. Excellent work. This is awesome, Rain, well done. And rest. 2 to go. And I'm not going to add anything on, literally, because every time I've said that so far, it's like, and 2 rounds to go, and 1 round to go. No, just 2 minutes. Right, set it up so that your hands are in front of that kettlebell. Let's go, team. Great work. Remember, you can drop your knees to the ground if you need a little bit of help. Widen those feet. 30-second crew, congratulations, you're done. If you're still going to work through that 40, keep it going. And rest. Final minute, team. Toes over object. So remember what I said last time, if you find it quite not easy, because I don't think anyone finds it particularly easy, but if you feel like I've got this, just pull that kettlebell just a little bit further, and let's go. So make it closer, make it a little bit tougher. And again, if you've made it tougher, you might be like, oh, I just need to rest for a second. And then just get going again. It's all good. If you need to stop, stop. But just give yourself a time. Be like, I'm going to count to 3 and I'm going to start again. Because we're only working for 40 seconds, 30. So make sure, like 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Good job. 30-second crew, you're done. And we are done. So just relax. Got 20 seconds. Just remaining of the work minute. Good work, team. Right, so you got 30 seconds rest, and then we're gonna get into the cool down. So this is your opportunity. Grab that towel off some sweat, grab some water. Awesome job, guys. Right, we're going to change music. We'll be right back with the cool down. Okay, guys, as we said, cool down is going to be down on the ground. So obviously the main thing we need to do is stretch our abs. So we're going to kind of lay down flat on the ground. You're going to take your hands either side of your shoulders and push up. What you want to do is try and get as much of your quads and your hip on the floor, and then look up. Take that head up. If this is a bit too much, then just come down into that Sphinx pose. So this is the Sphinx. We've got Lorraine's in the full cobra. Remember, you want to really try and keep your quads, your thighs on the ground. You should really feel your abs stretch when you do this. Good, release that. You're gonna pop back, sit all the way back on your heels, just pull those knees apart, and then just slide down into a child's pose to release that lower back and open up your hip flexors. and push your armpits into the ground. Walk your hands forward. And then release that. Come up onto all fours. And then we're going to stretch out the shoulders. So we're just going to walk the hands forward. Keep the butt up in the air, pull back, and just stretch out shoulders and the upper back. And release that. Just going to come on to our backs. Just going to roll our knees up into our chest, hook underneath if you can, and just curl up into a nice tight ball. And from there, stretch out to the front, reach down to those toes. Good work, guys. Amazing job. I really hope you enjoyed your class today. Just release that. Pull back. Have a great day, team. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one.